LegacyTV Dublin presents Conversation with Susuanah on Afro-Carib lifestyles and achievers.
Hello everyone, you're welcome again onto Conversation with Susuanah on the Afro-Caribbean Lifestyle and Achiever. We're on the LegacyTV Dublin. Subscribe onto our channel, go onto the YouTube channel and subscribe to LegacyTV. Today I'm having a very special guest of mine that I've admired from a distance for a long time, and this is an opportunity for myself to sit down with this guest, have a conversation and engage him in a conversation about what he does. He's an advocate. He advocates for the rights of people seeking for asylum. He advocates for refugees here in Ireland. He's a very passionate advocate in this matter. He talks a lot and he fights for the rights. He's been doing very great in Ireland. Everybody knows him for what he does. He's here today with me on the coach, and I would like you all to welcome Lucky onto the Susuanah show. You're welcome, Lucky. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I was saying, I said there's somebody I've admired at a distance, and I know from quite a while now I've had a lot of communication with you. But this is the first time for us to sit down, have a conversation, and talk about what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about you.
No, thank you for having me here. I know it's been very hard for you to even get me here.
Get you.
And it took me a long drive in heavy traffic coming here. I also have been, had an opportunity to see your work and admire your work at a distance. I've seen most of the events. You tried to invite me, but due to
you're here today.
Yeah.
And we have to talk.
Today, we can talk. We can talk about the life here and the work that we do. And my name is Lucky Khambule. I originally come from South Africa. I came here 2013. It's been 5 years and 6 months now.
Wow. I thought it was longer than that.
I know. People think that as well. I'm just new here. If you look into the times,
you've done so many great things.
Yeah. You talk about the passion that I have for the work that I do. I came here and I seek asylum as well when I came here due to the reasons best known to me, and really would keep it that way.
Yeah.
But it was for safety. But I happen to be in the system here, which is called direct provision. Okay. It's a system here whereby people who came and seek asylum are kept in this system. And the one thing that is done in this system is that people are deprived of their right to everything.
Basically everything.
To everything. Be it the right to work, the right to cook your own meals, the right to education, the right to free movement, the right to private life, the right to family life. So I found myself in this life, and I looked into this life, and I saw that there is something that needs to be done.
That needs to be done, yeah.
Something needs to be done, because what I saw was the gap between the knowledge of the system by generally the people who are the Irish people, the society, and as well about within the actual system itself. People didn't know what was going on. So the system was just designed for people to accept and conform. And there was a lot of delays, a waiting time. People have been in this system for more than 10 years.
Yes,
if you didn't know.
I do.
For 10
more than
years
that, even.
And more. And when I saw my brothers and sisters who have been there, their faces being down, their health deteriorating, and I said, no, man, there's something that needs to be done. I was in Cork actually for most of the time. I was in Cork, and we had a very good family in Cork. And when I say family, the residents of direct provision.
We became a family.
We came a family from all over, from
different African countries,
from all
different
countries, from all countries, because we see the world as one.
Yes.
the good thing about direct provision, it opens the eyes of the people that you're no longer a Nigerian, you're no longer a Congolese, you're no longer a South African, you're no longer a Iranian, you are all one. So it's the system that puts us together.
Yeah.
So the fire in me was put by the system.
Yeah.
It's all about organizing. So when we were in Cork, we started organizing ourselves, and we said to the colleagues to moan and groan and cry about what is being done to us, and we're not doing anything.
You know, folding your hands.
Nobody will do anything for us to be free. That's why we say we fight for our freedom, for our dignity, and for justice. Because we believe that to seek an asylum, it's not a crime. People were ruled with fear that if you do this, if you do that, you will be deported. Your case will be affected. So that has been drilled in people's head for many, many, many years. So mine was to understand the system, follow the rules, see the loopholes within the rules, see that it's not a problem to speak up, just as you do things right. Be humble, respectful, and follow the rules when you address whatever issues in the centers. In the centers, we had loads of problems, which were the living problems, and also the problems which are the asylum problems, which is the legislation.
The way the legislatives are being presented.
Yeah, I mean the asylum rules, the way that the asylum process is, the way that this length of time, you know, because if there's a but I won't say it in my language, but it sounds better in my language. It says
you can do that because I'm sure we have lots of South Africans out there that you're from South Africa watching and seeing Luke talking here today. So you can say that, yeah.
This saying says, "Usana olungakhaliyo lufela embelekweni," which simply means a child that doesn't cry dies on her mom's back.
Because then the mom doesn't know what is wrong with the child.
In the olden days.
Yeah, the women carry children. They still do it now.
Yeah.
We do it in Nigeria. We're still doing it now.
So as a mom, you would say, okay, the child is sleeping quietly today.
Yeah.
You know.
But when they start crying, you pay attention.
Yeah, not knowing that maybe the child is gone, but if that child keeps crying.
Yeah. You bring the child forward.
Yeah, you
see what is going on.
Pay attention as a mother, no doubt.
Yeah. Now, before you go on telling us more, I want you to take it step by step. First, I want you to tell us about this organization called MAZE. What is MAZE all about?
Okay. As I said before, that we got together as a group of asylum seekers throughout the country to address these issues. And when we got together, from people from many centers within the country, then we said we need to give ourselves a name that will include everybody. Okay. And then there are a couple of names, as you would know when you start something, everything is being thrown. Yeah. And then there's that name that just says, no, let's call ourselves the Movement of Asylum Seekers in Ireland. Okay, we formed ourselves with a group of my colleagues in October of 2014. All right, that was in the wake of the unrest that we created in these centers with protests and all that. So for us to be able to say to the officials, we are here.
You're here. And to be recognized, you know.
Yeah.
For people to actually really listen to you, you need to be together as a group. You need to have a voice. You need to be well structured and keep put a good strategy together that will allow them to say, yes, these are people to reckon with.
That's right.
Now, you've started this since 2004.
And 14.
And 14, sorry.
Yes.
You've started this. And up to date now, just give us just a brief summary of the journey you've taken from that time to this time.
Okay, well, our demands, actually, what drives us are very simple. The end of the direct provision system,
Okay.
the right to work, right? The right to education, and the deportation, or say stopping of deportations,
So that people
of highlighting the effects of deportations
on people's
lives, separating families, killing families. It's the system, it's a regime that we say to people it's wrong.
It's wrong.
And it needs to be stopped, because we believe that once we are here, the people that are in power need to recognize us as human beings and give us all the right to be here. So those are the basic demands that we always advocated for. And we kept on that. We kept on those principles that, in fact, this group of which is called the movement of
asylum seekers in Ireland
is a home for every asylum seeker. It was a voice that was not there, that was created to be the voice of the people who are in the asylum, so that you can be able to air your grievances or your problems or whatever
platform,
or whatever that you have. Up to now, people will go, because we've got a website, we've got a Facebook page. A person can send a message and post a message there, which will protect the individual and the center. But the problem is there. You see? So it became a voice. I give you one example, which is 48 hours old. Right? A lady in one of the centers, I'm not going to mention the center, but she came, she sent a message on our page, and then I called the lady back and we had a chat with her. To cut the long story short, there was a problem there of kind of discrimination, whereby they were supposed to go for interviews now for their actual cases. Okay?
Individual cases.
Yes, to go. That is very, very important for the people to know. That date of the interview for your case to be heard, your asylum case to be heard. When you get that interview, it's the one thing that you're looking forward to as an applicant. Okay? When that date comes, you prepare yourself
for it.
And what happens in this center, people, all of a sudden there was a letters to withdraw these dates, because they said there was an outbreak of chicken pox, because one child had a chicken pox in June. Okay, that's fine. But to their amusement, to the center residents' amusement, was that during the same period of which they said, the period they said they would wait, that window period. The management of the center and the department of the reception and the agency staged a party.
And invite people from outside.
Invite people from outside during the refugee week.
Which was just recently.
That was last week. And the people said, but you can't go to the interviews because there is this
chicken pox.
But now there's a party that's involved inviting people from outside. When is this? When is the chicken pox an issue? Okay, because they felt, because it was kind of a publicity stunt for them to say this is what we do to the people, because it's what they do to make people see that
Assume
it's
they're doing well.
It's nice and cozy and rosy. Yeah, stop worrying about what the people are saying and all that. Which people don't buy that.
Yeah.
Some do, but the real people don't buy that. So the person put that information on the page, and the page was...
And they are protected anyway.
The page was so supportive of that. And the lady, I saw her today because we had information. I'm coming to that today. She said, because I didn't even know her, she came to me and said, thank you. We feel better and we can see the support that we got from the people. You know, it might not have gone to that, but it's important to see that support. It's important for people to see that there are people who support the people who are in these centers. Because the centers, remember, as you know, that the centers are also hidden from the people.
It is.
They are not accessible to the people.
Yeah,
and the people that are there are forgotten people.
Yeah, they are like
so if you, but if you don't create that opportunity for people to be out, they will always be there and suffer everything like mental health. And because the state is to make sure that people are not visible.
Yes.
That is what our campaign is, to bring the people, and we believe in proper integration. It's not a once-off thing. It's not a one-day kind of a thing. Go and balloons this, balloon that, media this, media that. It must be an ongoing process. Because we know, we've been to the system, we know what it does. So the work that we do is to also encourage those that are in the system that don't give up.
Because there's still the chance.
Yeah. Make something with your life as you are there.
As you are there. Don't just
as
stay
you
there.
Are there.
Educate yourself.
Exactly. That's why I want to mention this on education as well through our organization, is that we do approach a couple of organizations, because remember, the people who live in these centers only live on €21.60
per week.
Okay, then there's nothing that you can do.
Yeah,
you can do your sums at home and see what you can do with €21.60 a week. And to pay for education, some courses are expensive than the others, some 300, some 400, some 200. So we approach organizations to say, can you take the people here and give a course that will make people busy?
Make people, and something they can work on later on.
Yes.
Now, for us to go on, I'd like the people out there to understand that in Ireland today, there's a lot of changes within the asylum seekers environment. The changes is taking place. It's slow, but there's a lot of changes taking place. The movement for asylum seekers here in Ireland is a platform that's giving a lot of asylum seekers an opportunity to educate, a platform whereby they have the chance to advocate for themselves, to have a voice, and to let their grievances be known to the members of the public. They are looking for more support from us. They want people to be more aware of what is happening within the asylum system. So if you're watching this interview today, if you're engaging with this conversation, they need your support. They need you to be part of those people that go out with them. Get to know about the organization, Google it, and see what they are doing. Larkin is one of the representatives of that organization. He is one of the founding members of that organization, the movement of asylum seekers in Ireland. And he's going to tell us a little bit about the developments, the recent developments that they've achieved under that platform. Recently, you've achieved something, and you're excited. I'm excited about that, because that is a big change.
Oh yeah.
Tell us.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. 22 years of not having the right to work in this island as an asylum seeker. 22 years not having a right to work. And it's one thing we have been knocking on the Justice Department's door, that give the people the right to work and let the people contribute to the growth of the economy of this country. They always said, no, you will get the right to work once your application has been processed and be approved. We said, we know that, but there is this length of time that people's talent is wasted. Talent
and people are dying
is wasted in
mental health issues and different type of issues. Body,
it's a mental.
It just destabilizes you, yeah.
You know, I've met people with great skills in direct provision in my life here.
You're one of them.
Oh, there's a big friend of mine. Her name is a fighter as well. I met in Cork. She was there for 10 years already. Her name is Trisa Obi, and she had a son that celebrated the 10th birthday. Born in direct provision, celebrated
in direct provision.
The 10th birthday in direct provision. That son knows nothing else. He's a brilliant son.
Yeah.
I always think about him. That boy Chikamso is his name. He's brilliant. But coming back to the right to work, it's a campaign that we have been really focusing on. And when the court, there's a case that went to court a couple of years ago, and last year the Supreme Court ruled that for people to be deprived the right to work is unconstitutional.
It's unconstitutional, yeah.
Right? And
people should be able to fight for themselves.
Oh yes. That's what has been the argument. It's an economic argument.
I'm going to say congratulations on you guys achieving that. To you and to your team and to all the people that have supported your organization and every single one of you out there fighting for the rights of asylum seekers here in Ireland. It's a big congratulations. There's a lot for you to say, but I think we're going to bring this to an end. And we're going to continue next time. It's great. I'm going to have you again here. Really, I'm so excited.
Yes. I just want to take also this opportunity to thank you for giving us this platform as well to come to your show and state our case, and also a big thank you to everyone within the asylum community, within the Irish community that are supporting us. And that has been supporting, that has stood with us when nobody else believed. We believed that it could happen, but now it has happened.
Yeah.
We have created history.
Say your message to people out there. Let them know.
What I can say to people is that whatever that you are going through, any social issue that you have, you got to start by believing in yourself. I, for one, have been granted my status in this country over it's gonna be 2 years now. Okay, so people ask why are you still doing this? I'm saying that I never did this for me until that boat comes to shore and everybody is safe. Then I will say yes, something has been done. But everyone else must be free before we can be free. So that's all I can say.
If you are out there and you're passionate about something, Legacy TV is the place for you to let people get to know. Subscribe to Legacy TV and you can join me on Conversation with Susuanah. And let's talk about it. Let's allow the world to hear and see what you are passionate about. And we will celebrate you on Legacy TV. Thank you.
Legacy TV Dublin, it's Conversation with Susuanah on Afro-Carib lifestyles and achievers.